trying to figure out what leverage we actually have. What leverage do we have? They control the House, the Senate, and the presidency. It's their government. What leverage do we have? What leverage do we have? What leverage do we have?
No. There's something else, though. With respect to Amy Klobuchar, I actually don't think Democrats give a shit about Black people and care about those kind of pressure campaigns, because Black people specifically are always going to vote for Democrats. So the way that a Black woman asking for something from the Democratic Party means less than the dog crap on the bottom of my sneaker cannot be emphasized enough. Like, Black women, there's no planet. If I were running for president, truly the last, apart from like having my own values, the way that the last call that I would answer would have to be a Black women's call, as long as they insist on voting hook, line, and sinker for Democrats no matter what. That's just the way leverage works. And
something. I'll take a bit of umbrage here. I'll speak on behalf of my colleagues. I think I can say we are all willing to work with anyone who's serious about doing the work of censoring the American people and advancing progress.
I'm done with life, and it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault. I'm done.
What's good, everybody? AB Media 83 here. Welcome to Colosseum Daily. And today we're talking about saying the quiet part out loud. Saying the quiet part out loud. As you saw just played just a minute ago, that was Representative Ayanna Presley. And if you didn't hear, she said the quiet part out loud. They'll work with anybody that will, quote unquote, censor the American people. Now, if you just look at my video, it looks like AI, just based on how how the video's chopped up. But and shout out to BGS, he pointed this out to me. But I did some more digging just to cover my bases, and she actually said this crap. You don't believe me? We're about to take a look right now. Let's see, share screen, and here we go. We're about to take a look right now. This is the entire speech, and this is off of Representative Ayanna Presley's page too. So let's get started.
The CFPB are watchdogs.
Let's start from the beginning, and let's speed this up just a little bit.
Last week, I saw a sign in the crowd that said DOGE stands for Dangerous Oligarchs Grab at Everything. And I said it then, and I'll say it again, that Elon Musk needs to keep his grubby hands, his greedy, grubby hands off of our government.
If I'm not mistaken, Elon Musk is worth $400 billion. He doesn't need your money, sweetheart. He don't need your money. Just saying. Just saying.
You know, I don't know about all of you, but I'm having a hard time sleeping at night. My daughter is 16 years old and looking at colleges, and I'm so worried about the world. that she's living in now and the world that she will inherit. And I asked myself, how do we get here?
By shaming people into voting for an incompetent AKA who slept her way to the top. That's how you got here. I mean, seriously.
How were working men and women convinced to believe that a failed businessman?
It doesn't help the fact that you ran a dementia patient to start off with. Then, when it was clear that he was a dementia patient, you replaced him with an incompetent AKA. That's how we got here. Congratulations. You played yourself.
Who was godless and lawless.
Really? Okay.
Could lead them anywhere. Because he lied. Because he's a liar and a crook.
You shouldn't talk about the Democrat Party like that. Bunch of liars and crooks. You really shouldn't talk about the Democrat Party like that. I'm just saying.
But he's been given a lot of oxygen. I want to give you all some. You're all here when you could have been anywhere else because you give a damn. You give a damn about this country. You give a damn about our democracy. You give a damn about your neighbors. You are the true patriots.
Blah, blah, blah.
Now, you may not have an occupant in the Oval Office that cares about lifting your burdens and lightening your loads and harnessing your dreams to make them real.
Wow, you said that as if Biden cared about our dreams and wanted our dream make our dreams real. You actually said that. Wow. No, I can't let you do that, Adrian. That's an insult to the Duromoralgia. That's an insult to them. Apologize. That's an insult to them. Nah.
But know that the Democrats that stand behind me, they have got your back.
No, they don't. The Democrats do not have your back at all.
And we will stand up and we will fight until they stand down because we are going to match their energy.
By throwing temper tantrums and singing random songs. That's how you're gonna match their enemy. That's how you're gonna match their energy. Okay, Aeon. Okay.
Elon Musk and your muskrats. Elon Musk, I mean Donald Trump, same thing at this point, right? Who really is the president, Donald?
Donald Trump is the president. Elon Musk was just appointed by Donald Trump to run Doge. Oh, by the way, Doge is actually not a new office. It was an office actually constructed by President Barack Obama. It was called something else. President Donald Trump renamed it the Doge, Department of Government Efficiency. But for the record, Doge is nothing new. Trump just renamed it. Oops.
Donald Trump ran on a promise to bring down costs for everyday people, didn't have a plan for it, but said he would. Well, Donald, how's that going?
Well, you said that as Kamala had a plan for bringing down prices for everyday people.
I'll ask you all, how's it going? Are your eggs cheaper? Is your housing more affordable?
Yawn.
Tell me how letting Elon put his paws in the cookie jar is helping a single person who calls this country home.
How is letting y'all put you? How us letting you put your hands in the cookie jar helping us in any? Okay, I'm splitting hairs here. How is having your hand in the cookie jar helping? Really?
Families are struggling. The rent is too damn high. The cost of groceries is too damn high. The big banks and
Yep, and all that was true before Trump got reelected. In fact, it substantially got worse when Biden was in office. But y'all don't want to talk about that, do you?
Giant corporations are all too eager to nickel and dime hardworking people. And you know,
and you ain't going to do shit about it, so stop the cap.
what has been a saving grace for families trying to hold on to a buck? This small but mighty government agency, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau.
So is that why black women are still the number one people being evicted now? How come the Consumer Financial Protection Agency didn't help them? I know y'all heard about that mother in Detroit who lost her 2 kids because no one would help her, unfortunately. And don't get me wrong, I know this is the black ministry, but I'm not bashing that mother because from the reports I heard, she really did try to get help, but no one helped her. And where was the Consumer Financial Protection Agency to help her? Just saying.
Now, look, those of you watching, you may have never heard of them. You know, isn't it just the truth that you don't know how much?
And that's y'all's fault. You should have promoted them more if it was that important.
You benefit from your government or your democracy until someone comes through with a wrecking ball and creates a constitutional crisis with an unprecedented power grab. You've never heard of them, but trust me, they've been working hard for you, the people, for over a decade. They are the same agency that got banks to cap overdraft fees. They take on scammers that are after our elders' money. They stop the medical debt from dinging your credit report. They go after banks that
scammers were after your elders' money long before this new crop. Really, Ayanna Presley, really. What up? Really?
practice lending discrimination. This is what we're going to dismantle. What in the hell kind of government efficiency is that?
Trump's only been president for about 3 weeks. What do you expect? We have a big government. It's going to take a while to do it properly. But you don't want to talk about that, do you? Anyway.
No justice for scammed elders? Look, let me tell you something. I'll take a bit of umbrage here. I'll speak on behalf of my colleagues. I think I can
wait for it. Wait for it.
Say we are all willing to work with anyone who's serious about doing the work of censoring the American people and advancing progress.
You heard her. Like I said, the title of this stream is Saying the Quiet Part Out Loud. By the way, I got 10 watching. Like, share, subscribe. Hit the Cash App, it's pinned to the top. Support the show. Hit my super chat. Support the show. Are you not informed?
But they are not serious. We are all willing to work with anyone who's serious about doing the work of censoring the American people and advancing progress. Speak on behalf of my colleagues, I think I can say we are all willing to work with anyone who's serious about doing the work of censoring the American people and advancing progress. About doing the work of censoring the American people and advancing progress. Yes, about doing the work of censoring the American people and advancing progress. Umbrage here. I'll speak on behalf of my colleagues. I think I can say we are all willing to work with anyone who's serious about doing the work of censoring the American people and advancing progress.
Censoring the American people and advancing progress. Yep. Yes. So Democrats are serious about censoring the American people and promoting progress. Okay. And keep in mind, this ain't my video. This comes directly from her YouTube page. And notice the comments are turned off.
But they are not serious. We are all willing to work with anyone who's serious about doing the work of censoring the American people and advancing progress. But they are not serious. This is not about government efficiency. What kind of efficiency makes people hungrier, poorer, and less safe? The CFPB are watchdogs fighting for the people, so no wonder Elon and Donald want to gut it. They don't want watchdogs protecting the people. They want predators and bad actors to run rampant and take people for a ride. These men just want to pillage the government and make themselves rich. Meanwhile, the CFPB, this essential agency that could...
But you want to censor the American people. Okay.
Put $21 billion, that's B with $1 billion, back in people's pockets. Now, if you're Elon Musk, with a net worth, are y'all ready? Of near $400 billion, maybe that's pocket change, but not for everyday people. The good policies coming out of this place have been make or break for folks struggling to make ends meet in the midst of recessions, pandemics, and much.
Okay, I want you to go down to Detroit and tell that mother who lost her 2 children that. If that's so true. Why aren't you telling where is this agency when it comes to homeless people on the streets? Oh, you don't want to talk about that, do you? Well, she should have. She's had. How old is this video? Video's 3 days old. She should have corrected it.
More. So I just want to take a moment, because I told some stories and profiles about people who've been protected and helped by this agency, but I don't want this workforce to be faceless to you. Can we just thank this dedicated workforce at the CFPB, agencies across our government who have been doing this life-saving work? They take pride in this work.
I hear what you're saying, Adric, but she has not. It's been 3 days and she has not corrected this, and I've looked. So she said she's serious about censoring the American people. And if you don't think this is something Democrats think about, well, let's look at the next video.
And boosting Trump back in 2016. But I also think there are Americans who are engaged in this kind of propaganda. And whether they should be civilly or even in some cases criminally charged is something that would be a better deterrence. Because
yeah. Yeah, she should have corrected that like yesterday. That video is 3 days old. And you heard what Hillary Clinton said, and you know she's dead serious because she still ain't got over the fact that she lost that election. But you heard Representative Ayanna Presley. She is serious.
Discrimination. Let me tell you something. I'll take a bit of umbrage here. I'll speak on behalf of my colleagues. I think I can say we are all willing to work with anyone who's serious about doing the work of censoring the American people and advancing progress.
Serious about censoring the American people and...
But they are not work of censoring the American people and advancing progress. Who's serious about doing the work of censoring the American people and advancing...
Censoring the American people and advancing progress. You're advancing progress by censoring the American people. Yeah, it's an old video, but don't be surprised if Hillary's still behind the scenes. That's an older video, but oh yeah, if you wonder why one of the reasons Kamala Harris lost as well, she Hillary Clinton was one of her top advisors. Yeah, see, that's why Democrats all yeah, that's why they lose. But like I said, the title of this stream is Representative Ayanna Presley pretty much said the quiet part out loud. Democrats are serious about censoring the American people in the name of quote unquote progress. Doesn't that just make you want to go vote blue no matter who? Democrats are serious about censoring the American people and promote in the name of promoting progress. How many ways can I say you big dummy? Yeah. And they wonder why the American people see Trump like this. The Trump Justice League fighting the wicked vote blue no matter who, wherever they are. Congratulations, Democrats, you played yourself. This is how the country sees Trump because of your arrogance and your stupidity. This is the price you pay for being, quote unquote, serious about censoring the American people. They turn to Donald Trump to be their Superman. Because, quite frankly, Joe Biden was in no shape to be Superman. So people turn to Donald Trump, RK Jr., JD Vance, Tulsi Gabbard. Former Democrats, by the way. And it should be noted that Tulsi Gabbard, breaking news, Tulsi Gabbard and Robert F. Kennedy Jr. have been confirmed to the post. Tulsi Gabbard is your new head of intelligence. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is your new health secretary. They have been confirmed and it's official. Should also be noted that the old turtle in a wheelchair, Mitch McConnell, didn't vote for him. And neither did any Democrat. But my response to that is, who cares? And what does it say about the Democrats that them and an old tired turtle agree? But you heard Ayanna Presley for yourself. She is serious about censoring the American people in the name of progress. Well, I'm serious about not voting for Democrats ever again, if that's going to be their attitude. And if it continues to be their attitude to censor people, they shouldn't get mad when they go the way of the Whigs. Just saying. And I find it funny because once Obama won, they got their head up their ass and they thought that they were never going to lose elections again. They thought the Republicans would just, disappear, go away because of quote unquote demographics. Well, when you don't do shit for diverse demographics, they vote against you. And that's what happened. And Democrats have nobody to blame but themselves. Yep. Yeah, you can. And that's the fun. And I'm glad you mentioned Bernie Sanders because, quite frankly, uh, Bernie Sanders was their last shot to have that diverse coalition, but they spit in his face twice and practically neutered him by 2024. So people like me felt we had no reason to vote for the Democrat Party. Now just in case you think I voted Democrat most of my life. I supported Bernie Sanders in 2016, and we all know how the history. He didn't win. Hillary Clinton won, and believe it or not, I held my nose and voted for Hillary Clinton. And to this day, I can't get that stench out of my nose. So when 2020 came around and they shoved Biden down our throats, I pretty much told the Democrats to go fuck themselves. And I voted for Trump. In 2024, I voted for Trump. What's going on, Jesse? Today we're talking about people saying the quiet part out loud. And quite frankly, Ayanna Presley said the quiet part out loud. She said that we're willing to work with anybody that will, quote unquote, censor the American people in the name of progress. Don't believe me? We can pull it right back up, and you can listen to it for yourself. And bear in mind, this is not my video. This is a video off her channel.
Look, let me tell you something. I'll take a bit of umbrage here. I'll speak on behalf of my colleagues. I think I can say we are all willing to work with anyone who's serious about doing the work of censoring the American people and advancing progress. But they are not serious.
Y'all heard it for yourselves. She's serious about censoring the American people. Agreed. Like I said, Adric, I still can't get that stench out of my nose that I voted for that evil heifer. Never again. I still can't get the stench out of my nose that I voted for that evil heifer. I wish if I could go back in time, I would have voted for Trump. Yes, I regret that vote, and I'll never do it again. And I didn't do it again in 2024. I did vote for a black woman, but it just wasn't Kamala Harris. Oh, by the way, it was a black woman. I believe her name was Dr. Valerie McRae. She ran for Senate and lost. Actually, came to my church to try to push Kamala Harris. I was not happy about that, but she was an improvement compared to who the Democrats usually run. But also did it because I know she didn't have a chance of winning, so it is what it is. But yeah, you heard Ayanna Presley for yourself. She's serious and will work with anybody, and she's serious about censoring the American people in the name of progress. This is who Butthurt Blue wants you to vote for. This is who vote blue no matter who wants you to vote for. I call them butthurt blue because they're always butthurt. This is their idea of progress, censoring people that they don't agree with. Can't make this stuff up. By the way, I got 21 watching. Like, share, subscribe. Hit the Cash App, support the show. Hit the Super Chat, support the show. Now, we're going to go back and look at this interview with this lovely lady, Lindy Lee.
Sorry, I no longer
Coming to the stage, we got Jesse. What's going on, Jesse?
What's going on, AB Media?
Yep. I can't make this stuff up, man. They're serious about censoring us.
Yeah, I seen I think Elon Musk retweeted this earlier today. So, I mean, it's not nothing new. That's what they were doing in the whole Biden administration. I mean,
pretty much.
We already seen the interviews from Mark Zuckerberg and all of these social media people that testified that they were being pressured by the Biden White House to censor people. So, I mean, only thing now is she don't have the power to do it because the Democrats are no longer in power.
Yep. And actually, I want to play a little bit of this because she actually goes into how this is mentally stressing her out. Being a part of the DNC mentally stressed her out. And this is a donor that's raised millions of dollars for him.
in my phone. They put it in a Ziploc bag.
Yeah, that story's insane.
Doubts like printed material and everything on his print. His chief of staff, his first chief of staff. These are the people who are largely responsible for his prep or lack of prep or inability to absorb the information. And they had to, so he really liked handouts like printed material, and everything on his printed material would be really big and graphic and colored, and there would be signs like stand here or like exit stage left. Everything would be abundantly clear. Like it would be like for kindergartner.
Like I said, this is called saying the quiet part out loud for a reason. They were doing all of this for Joe Biden while he was in office because he was declined.
Wow. And also you could tell that the president wasn't fully present because he completely neglected the people who put him there. This is just the messy part of politics. And Trump is great at that. He's great at taking care of his friends. And you need to do that because that's just the essence of politics. You had dozens of top donors, dozens of top supporters who were writing into the Oval Office saying, what the fuck is happening? Why are we being completely ignored? People who are still angry to this day that they were ignored by the Biden White House because the president wasn't there. He just wasn't. And so you had a bunch of 20, 30-year-old staffers running the show. Not only that, these staffers are basically nerds who are reliving their high school days by living out their fantasies in the most powerful residence in the world. And what I mean by that is they commandeer the White House social office and it's the coveted list, the invite list. They would invite all their own friends instead of inviting Biden or Harris's friends. And so they commandeered the White House social secretary list for their own benefit, political gain, rather than doing, executing the wishes of the president. And it got to be a serious issue that I helped to raise. We eventually rectified it. But you had a bunch of like millennials and Gen Zers running the show.
Wow. So.
And you can tell by looking at the photos, it was the same group of people over and over again, the same cabal of far left influencers.
Jeez. So there was like nobody at the wheel running this country.
The senior advisors. And do you want me to name them?
In a minute. But what I want to ask is, did they intimidate you not to leak? You had mentioned.
Yeah, they did. Well, you remember with the policing of the photos and I was really, I'd raised like $1 million for the event at which they told me I couldn't post anything and where they confiscated my phone. They put it in a Ziploc bag. And they didn't pull anybody else aside. They pulled me aside. I was really.
Yeah, you heard that right, Joseph. They put one of the top donors' cell phone in a Ziploc bag because they were that afraid that she was going to leak that Biden wasn't all there. Crazy, isn't it?
Struck by that. And but that was minor compared to what happened eventually. It got to the point, this was after the debate, it got to the point where it's like, okay, I really need to do something, not just to save the party, but to save the country, because Biden is in no way, shape, or form capable of being commander in chief. I told Shannon Bream from Fox News Sunday that I wanted to say this on the record. Politico publishes the names of the people who go on Fox News Sunday the evening before. And I guess they check that every night. The White House checks that every night. They called me the night of July 20th, and I have the receipts on my phone because I texted somebody.
Can we see them?
I'm going to show you right now.
We'll put them up on screen.
Can we cover the person's name that I'm texting?
Yeah,
Okay.
you can airdrop it to us and we'll put it up on screen.
But let me show you now. So you know. Do you see the date, July 20th? The White House just
Yes.
called to babysit me.
Can I read it?
Oh, wait, leave out any private parts. Did I say anything private?
No. Are you still free to chat? Maybe text. Long day. Okay, this may be the most important day of my life. I still haven't fully figured out how to navigate telling the truth about Biden, learning, in parentheses, earning Fox's favor, and covering for the Biden, in parentheses, earning the White Houses. The White House called me today to babysit me. I got the message. They said that I'm the biggest defender of the president's. Yikes. What was the message? To hold the line, stay loyal. And in exchange, can I go down?
Wait, hold on.
I didn't even tell them, but Politico and Fox announced my appearance. Fox has been promoting it. They even cut an ad. I also have other issues.
Yeah, so do you understand what's going on here?
Tell us.
They called me the night before Fox News Sunday saying it was like a Tony Soprano move. Stay loyal.
Mhm.
We know that you're the president's biggest supporter.
Mhm.
It was the friendliest threat.
So what do you think they would have done? What I mean,
Well, they did
pretty
what they
vague.
would have done. I've been banned from every event.
Sounds about right.
I mean, so what I don't understand is, in essence, I think most Americans, country comes first, not party, correct? And so how many people inside the Democratic Party put the party over the country?
Ooh, she really about to say the quiet part out loud.
99.99%.
So pretty much all of them.
Everybody. I mean, they see I am the guinea pig. They saw
Why? Why is the party more important than the country?
because it's a religion for them. They don't have a religion, so it's become their religion. Wow, that's the first time I think that's really it. It's their entire lives.
Yeah, I completely agree with her. The Democrat Party has become a cult, and yes, I'm willing to go on record and say that they have become a cult. Are there some cult members in the Republican Party? Yeah, probably. But the main vote blue, no matter who, y'all are by definition a cult. Anybody that goes against you, you try to slander and smear. By definition, you're a cult. I said what I said.
Sean, I'm telling you, I lost all my friends. I have nobody left other than my, actual friends. They've all left me. I used to get texts from senators, members of Congress on a daily basis, or even especially on holidays. I would get gifts in the mail. I got nothing this year. I got banned by the White House holiday party. I used to go to the VIP Naval Observatory party. I got banned by all of that. I got banned from calls. And what did I do? Like, I was treated worse than a low-life criminal. And I'm someone who's I don't even drink alcohol. Like I've never done anything. I live the most straight edge life, and they treat me like I'm some crack dealer.
And what year was that? July 22, July 22nd, what year?
2024.
2024.
Yeah.
How long did you want to come out before that?
I already did. I told you that I was leaking to the press. Like you can tell you can read my quotes if you just Google Holly Otterbean's political articles. I'm on background numerous times saying that Biden is too old to run. And there are members of Congress and senators who would tell me that Biden is too old to run, but they didn't have the guts to say so. And one of them who told me that Biden was too old to run ended up being the chair of his campaign.
Jeez. So they have no courage whatsoever.
No courage, but they see what happens when you do have courage. I lost everything. And
What did you start leaking to the press?
2022.
What did you start leaking to the
The
press?
Biden couldn't run again.
Did you give specific examples?
They didn't. I think if I did, it would identify me. And at that point I wasn't. It's really hard to, it's like coming out of a cult. You just can't. It's really hard. It's like coming out of the Church of Scientology. They will do everything to discredit you, disown you, to destroy you. Sean, I hope my parents aren't gonna watch this, and I'm just gonna hope for the best here. But let me tell you, this has been one of the hardest periods of my life. And it's been so stressful for me. I no longer I have health issues because of this. I can't bring myself to say it, but maybe someone can understand. It's been so hard. Like, what people call me a grifter, and that I earned money by doing this. I'm asking, like, who paid me for this? Like, you tell me. Like, where are my pay stubs? Who do you think paid me? Fox didn't pay me. Who paid me? Are you paying me?
I'm not paying.
No one's paying me. And so how am I a grifter when I'm exposing the actual grifters, the people who actually lied to the American people?
Mm-hmm. Well, how did the press receive the information? I mean, it wasn't just DC the problem.
They chased after me. They were very happy to get my quotes.
They were
very happy, yeah, and they agreed with me. The entire, like, Politico, ABC News, all of these outfits I would work with, everyone thought that Biden was unfit. I don't know a single person who thinks that Biden was fit to run. I don't, other than James Clyburn, who, like, really drinks the Kool-Aid. I don't know of a single person.
Man, I mean, it took a long time for him to admit that. I mean, we just heard time and time again. I mean, didn't his doctors?
Leave it to the coon yeah, never mind.
Say, oh, he's the best fit president ever. And I mean, who were his doctors?
Let me tell you something else. Jen O'Malley Dillon, his campaign chair, right? After the debate, she calls me and a few other donors. I'm in my 30s. I'm a marathon runner. I'm vegan. I live a very healthy life. She tells us on the phone call, she literally says, Biden is healthier than all of you. Don't worry about it. And it was a Zoom call, and I was texting other people on the call saying, what the fuck? What, did you just hear what she said? Like, does she think, like, is she stupid? Does she think we're stupid? How could she possibly say something like that? Jeez. And this is the same Jen O'Malley Dillon who issued that press release on election night saying that Kamala still had a path to victory. I was like, oh my God, these people are just completely just.
One of the reasons I'm playing this is because she has literally confirmed that I'm not crazy. And people have been thinking, I've been thinking this kind of stuff for a while now, and she's just literally confirming I'm not crazy. Like I said, she's saying the quiet part out loud. You got anything to add, JC? Well, I guess not. Let's continue.
They've lost it.
I mean, as far as cognitive decline goes, I mean, it's not just a Democrat issue. It's also a Republican issue. I mean, look at McConnell. Spaces out time after time again, doesn't know where he's at, having strokes on camera.
Yep.
Feinstein died in office.
Yes.
I mean, am I missing? There's probably
Chuck
more. Am I
Grassley.
missing? But so, I mean,
yeah, I've told you numerous times, I'm harder on the Democrats, but I do not discriminate. Chuck Grassley too old to be in Congress. Mitch McConnell is definitely too old to be in Congress. Nancy Pelosi's too old to be in Congress. James Clyburn is too old to be in Congress. Auntie Maxine Waters is too old to be in Congress. I don't discriminate.
he was the president, and I think they definitely
Stakes are so much higher with the
propped him
president.
up. But I mean,
It was a weekend at Bernie situation.
jeez,
Oh boy.
jeez. So what? So you didn't get any pushback from the left leaning media? You were feeding them, and they were chasing after you.
There was no pushback. Yeah.
And what year did that start? That was also in 2024
2022.
or 2022.
Yeah. As soon as I realized, I felt like I had a responsibility to at least tell somebody. Like, if I wasn't going to come out and use my face, I needed to say something.
What outlets gave you the most
Politico.
Politico?
Yeah. I think, yeah. Politico, Washington Post, ABC News, MSNBC, CNN. I worked with all of them. I've been blackballed by all of them now too.
Why are you blackballed? They were
'Cause-
chasing after you and now they've blackballed.
Because I dared to ask questions about the Harris campaign.
Sounds about right.
Someone high up at MSNBC left a comment on my Instagram the other day calling me nasty.
Wow.
Yeah.
So does the Democrat Party pay these outlets? How are they controlled?
Sean, I forgot to tell you an actually pretty important fact. So after I exposed Biden's cognitive decline on Fox News Sunday, they called me the night before. I already told you. They called me afterwards too. I didn't pick up. And they called me 3 times angrily. I don't pick up, but I can probably guess what they were going to say. They weren't happy. And that woman who called me, she was a woman who ended up being high up in the she became high up in the Harris campaign and became a communications person for Harris. I think she was yanking me off of MSNBC every time I was about to go on, and they put on Ian Sams instead. The first time it happened, I was like, okay, that's just really bad luck on my part. I'll just write it off. But it kept happening. It happened 5 times, and I've documented it. Every time I would announce I was going on MSNBC, moments later, I would get yanked. And it would always be the same person who replaced me. And it would be the White House spokesperson, Ian Sams.
Sounds about right.
And so I remember calling my mom. I was like, what is going on here? Like the first time, okay. The second time, there was a pattern and it kept happening. It got to the point where I no longer announced any of my appearances because I would summarily get yanked. I would get an email from MSNBC saying, hold up, either the White House or the Harris campaign has somebody else. We can't do you today. We're sorry. And so it never happened to me before I blew the whistle on the age thing, but it happened so many times afterwards. And it's like, it's so hard on you. It's really hard, and it's humiliating. I felt like shit. I felt awful.
Man, I'm going to ask you again, or I didn't ask you, but what health issues are you having from all the stress and all the blowback coming back from the Democratic Party?
I really hope my parents aren't watching these. They're strict Asians. I don't get my period.
Damn.
It's like a psychosomatic thing, so you can't be in a survival mode. Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, hopefully I'll get it back. Sorry if that's too much TMI.
Not pregnant.
Well, let's take a quick break, and then when we come back, I want to talk about who was actually running the White House.
Sounds good. Thank
Perfect.
you.
Let's skip that.
Get into some names here, but just on the 10-minute break that we took, guess what? Mitch McConnell fell down the stairs again. My producer Jeremy just found it on Twitter, right? So, dude, this is a huge problem. This is a huge problem.
United States of gerontocracy.
What? I don't know what. How do people keep voting this shit in? It's just mind blowing on either side. It just doesn't make any damn sense to me at all.
It's name ID and it's money, the power of money. It's very alluring. It's really hard to go up against the hundreds of millions of dollars that Mitch McConnell can array time and time again. And that's how much it costs to run for Senate nowadays.
Yeah, but you see it here. You see right now. You can do a podcast for free and we crush the numbers of mainstream media. It's ridiculous.
That's why you're changing the game. Like in the past couple of years, you guys have redefined what it means to be a politician, where you need to be. Kamala Harris fucked up because she didn't go on your podcast, because she didn't go on Joe's podcast. And now they realize.
Yep, they messed up. By the way, I got 37 watching. Like, share, subscribe. Hit my Cash App, support the show. Hit the Super Chat, support the show. Support your interests. Are you not entertained? Yeah, support. This is the Lindy Lee tax because she's telling you the quiet part out loud. That what it's like being inside on the Democrat Party.
Late. But you guys, you were right. You redefined the game in recent years, and it's going to be different. The power is shifting away from cable TV to people like you.
I'm just trying to humanize the candidate, find out who exactly they are, where they grew up, what their actual values are. And I think it's hard to hide that in 2-3 hour interview, even an hour long.
Exactly.
Interview.
You got things out of me that I would never have offered on cable TV. There's no way I would have.
Tell me about Beyonce.
Despite her repeated denials, Beyonce was paid.
Who was she paid by?
The Harris campaign. She was paid tens of thousands of dollars to not sing. Well, no, she refused to sing. She was paid tens of thousands of dollars to give a speech that no one wanted to hear.
She did show them nice legs, though, so whatever.
And Kamala Harris thought all of these people came out to Texas to hear her speak. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. She thought all the people in Texas came out to see her. Really? Wow.
Right. They came to hear Beyonce sing. And you know what? This is the second time they failed to deliver Beyonce. The first time was at the DNC. They promised that Beyonce would perform. Beyonce did not perform. So that was letdown number one. Letdown number two, they went to Texas to prop up this candidate who could never beat Ted Cruz, Colin Allred. And
1 second. Thank you for the super chat. Hey, you girl. Cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. You better thank your donors. Thank you very much.
they promised, they told NBC News that Beyonce would perform. Beyonce came out and gave this speech, this boring ass speech, and just left without performing. And then Kamala Harris got booed. She got drowned in boos because people didn't really care what she had to say. They were there to hear Queen Bee. So that was number one. Beyonce was paid to show up. Cardi B was paid. Okay. Cardi B, who famously said she wasn't paid, her production company was paid to show up. Katy Perry was paid.
Yes. You heard that right. Cardi B was paid to show up and read that speech off her phone. I know that's some fucked up shit. Yeah, you wanted to say something, Jesse?
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just talk about the Texas Senate race. Yeah, it wasn't that close, but it wasn't a total blowout. Ted Cruz won by 900,000 votes.
That's a pretty decent margin.
I mean, considering it's a red state, I mean,
yeah.
So.
And I'm no fan of Ted Cruz, so you know.
Yeah, me either. I don't like Ted Cruz.
In fact, when that was 2016. I was under no circumstances would I have voted for Ted Cruz. I would vote third party before I vote for Ted Cruz. I just did not trust him whatsoever.
Yeah, I voted and with all of those elections at the same time. So I wound up voting for Colin Allred. And we know the results. He didn't win, but hey, still competition. Hell, I rather I prefer John Kennedy over damn Ted Cruz. And that's the senator from my home state.
He's from Louisiana?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No. He's actually Georgia Senate.
Georgia, okay.
No. I'm right. Yeah, he is Louisiana.
Yeah. Since you're from Louisiana, what are your thoughts on that governor, Republican governor?
I mean, I don't really know, to be honest.
Okay.
I mean, I haven't lived in Louisiana since like 2019, 2020.
All right, fair enough.
I've lived in Texas, after leaving Louisiana before I moved overseas. So
I'm asking because some of the butthurt blues were complaining that we didn't back the black candidate that lost to the current governor. And I was like, we like y'all didn't say anything. What are we supposed to do about it? It's not our job to get him elected.
I mean, I'll be honest though. The Republicans in Louisiana are typically pretty horrible, though.
Yeah.
To be honest.
I don't doubt that.
Can't speak on the other side. I mean, I don't know about him specifically, but typically, the Louisiana is a very corrupt state. And even in the even in like the state senate,
Yeah.
they have that on lock, and they do a lot of. I mean, there's a speech online by one of the state senators who's a Republican, actually talking about how terrible the Republicans are a couple years back.
Okay.
And so that that's kind of an indictment on how corrupt and bad it is to go against your own party. But yeah.
Yeah. Let's continue. What's going on, Emma?
Christina Aguilera was paid. These people were all paid. And Oprah wasn't paid $1 million. She was paid $2 million. Okay, let's be very clear.
$2 million.
$2 million to Harpo Productions. Who owns Harpo Productions?
Okay, I can't help it. All my life I had to fight. I love Harpo, but I'll kill him dead before I let him beat me.
Flip Harpo backwards. It spells out Oprah. It's Oprah's production company. It was paid $2 million to put on that town hall in which Meryl Streep calls her Madam President. It was a love fest for Kamala Harris. So Oprah was paid $2 million. And who else? Al Sharpton was paid $500,000 moments before he interviewed her. Okay. An MSNBC anchor, Al Sharpton, was paid money. A so-called journalist was paid money moments before he interviewed the vice president.
Al Sharpton was never a journalist. He was I prefer BGS term. He's a Democrat's favorite hoe. He's been hoeing for the Democrats for over 40 years now.
As Eddie Griffin once said about him, he ain't no leader. The only thing he can lead you to is to a hair salon. If you're a reverend, where's your church, motherfucker?
President. People like Roland Martin, who are attacking me now, he was paid $350,000 to interview Kamala. Advertising costs, okay? Advertising costs, wink, wink.
Yeah, she did take a dig at Roland.
To interview Kamala Harris. The Pennsylvania Democratic Party was paid $25 million after the chair raised hell for not being paid enough street money. Street money is just a boondoggle. It's a cauldron of corruption. They just hand out money to ward leaders. And so this is how donor money was spent. Donor money was basically set on fire for 5-star hotels, luxury trips, private, charter planes, just this ridiculous stuff. And a lot of these donors are hardworking Americans.
Everybody want to know where that $2 billion went. You're listening to it right now, as the title of the stream states, saying the quiet part out loud.
I had people giving anywhere from $10 to $15 all the way to $1 million. All of them worked hard for their money. And if they knew that their money was spent this way, they never would have given.
There's a lot of corruption coming out right now about USAID. Did they fund any of this campaign?
I don't think they funded any of the Harris campaign, but the Democrats are so pissed off and freaking out about USAID because Trump got it. He hit it on the nail. That's where the corruption is. And we need to look into what happened with that missing Ukraine money. All those billions that were supposed to go
Clinton Foundation
over there, and Zelensky said he never got it. What the hell happened to that money? Why are we funding transgender operas around the world? Why?
Ooh.
Why are we funding DEI programs, not only here at home, but across the globe? Someone's got to answer for it. And you can tell that we hit the target by how angry they are.
Yeah, man.
Before we continue, this episode of Colosseum Daily has been brought to you by the Trump Justice League, fighting vote blue no matter who, wherever they are. Like, share, subscribe, hit the Cash App, support the show, hit the Super Chat, support the show. Yes, I am that petty. Yes, that is Donald Trump, RFK, J.D. Vance, and Tulsi Gabbard.
So the only thing I would change about that is I cannot tell that Superman is Donald Trump. So I would probably put a face where you can easily tell that that's Donald Trump.
That's the best I can get out of the AI generator, but yeah.
I'm struggling.
AI isn't the end all be all, man. Sometimes you gotta do it by your hands, man.
Yeah. I actually had
But
to stretch it to make it look close to Trump.
because I was gonna do something similar, but I don't know what happened in Chat GBT. It's not. I haven't used Chat GBT in a few months, but the last time I used it, it'll just pop up my AI generation. Now it's just like sending me to some other stuff. I don't know.
Wait a minute, who owns ChatGPT?
OpenAI.
OpenAI.
Yeah, so they upgraded to that. ChatGPT was just the the initial. It was just the initial phase.
No, it's still called Chat GPT. It's just like Chat GPT 5. Like when they upgraded, it's just like a new number.
But this is what the oh, actually, I got to clip it in my little video files. This is what the show is pretty much about. Where's that? Scroll down here, and here we go.
You something. I'll take a bit of umbrage here. I'll speak on behalf of my colleagues. I think I can say we are all willing to work with anyone who's serious about doing the work of censoring the American people and advancing progress.
You heard that correctly. Representative Ayanna Presley is, quote unquote, serious about censoring the American people and, quote unquote, promoting progress. Now you understand why I call this stream the quiet part, saying the quiet part out loud?
Yeah. This whole thing about censorship, questions everything. And by the way, this individual here who's being interviewed about, who's revealing all the secrets and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
If we got people making these kind of donations for the Democrats, imagine, just to play devil's advocate, imagine who the donors are for the other side, for the Republicans. What have they been spending money on? One hand washes the other,
From what I heard, Grinder and some other things. Just saying.
Ooh.
Like I told you, I'm equal opportunity here.
It better be.
You heard, if I'm not mistaken, Grinder went down a couple times when the Republican convention's going on, because they're looking for other dudes. I'm just saying.
I'm shocked.
Told y'all I'm equal opportunity here. I have no shame in my game. I'm hard on the Democrats because at least the Republicans are upfront with their bullshit, and they're not trying to shame me into voting for them. Democrats going on, your wins the door for your right to vote for, right to kiss our ass. No, they didn't.
Just to run a little bit with it before we get back on topic.
Mm-hmm.
You remember all those Republican senators who got busted in hookup spots?
Yeah, didn't want. I was trying to hook up with somebody in the bathroom or something.
Public restrooms and shit. It was.
I forget that dude's name. That happened back in 06. 05, 06. That was some messed up stuff.
They did a parody of that in the show Boston Legal.
Mm-hmm.
It was like Denny Quaid was, because he was in the bathroom because he had, he had constipation and whatnot. But he got arrested in a sting and accused him of doing that shit. So he went to court to clear his name.
Mm-hmm.
And when he just looked at the audience after he was found not guilty, said, "Not gay, not guilty." That's all he had to say. Anyway, continue.
I don't think what's it going to take for the Democratic Party to turn things around?
They have someone who wants to abolish the Second Amendment and ICE and who wants to defund the police running the party now. So I don't think they're going to be out of the woods for the next 10 to 10 years. I think it's going to be golden era for conservatives. I think they're going to have to be honest with the American people and admit a lot of faults. And it's going to take somebody really.
Oh, good luck with that. They're still blaming everybody else, including. Oh, wait a minute. I put it down here. Never mind.
I'm done with life, and it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault. I'm done.
AB?
It's always our fault. What?
Yeah. Just once. Can we not have can we have a stream without having to bring J. Cole's stinking ass involved with this? All right. Enough with the Kendrick and Drake beef. I'm sick of it. We already saw the halftime
What
show.
are you talking? What are you talking about? I haven't mentioned Kendrick Lamar or Drake.
No. You said Jermaine. It's always Jermaine's fault. Remember J. Cole? It's always Jermaine's fault.
Oh, and quite frankly, I
Catch
don't
up
care
to me,
about.
man.
And quite frankly, I don't
But you
care
get the
about that
gist.
beef. I don't
But you
care
get the
about
gist.
that
What I'm
beef.
saying.
I don't care for either. I really don't care for either Kendrick Lamar or Drake, to be honest with you. So
I know.
Really tough to turn that around, but
I don't see anyone on the horizon. Do you? And I went down the list, and I can tell you why all of the people they have. One last thing I'll say: Obama at this point in 2004, 2008, everyone knew that Obama was going to run for president because he had given that famous DNC speech in 2004. Now, at this time in the cycle, there's no one of that stature, of that talent on the Democratic side. Right? They just have no one waiting in the wings of that caliber.
yeah, it seems like all the moderates have switched. Before one other question. You know, we were talking. I brought up Biden's doctors and how they said
Kevin
that
O'Connor.
What's his name?
Kevin O'Connor.
I've always wondered who it was, but you know, there's a lot of people that think that he was basically doped up before he would get on TV or get on and give a speech or whatever. Is there any truth to that?
I only want to tell you things that I've seen with my own eyes.
Mhm.
I do know that he likely took something before the State of the Union.
I was wondering because I was there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was there for that, and he seemed sharp at the beginning, and then
Yeah.
kind of went downhill there towards the end.
Like clockwork, all the Democrats are praising him to the high heavens for simply reading off the teleprompter. That's not a high bar to jump over, okay?
Yeah.
Anyone who has a rudimentary understanding of English can read off a screen.
Yeah.
It didn't require any impromptu thinking on his part.
So any rumors of, I mean, you were in there. Were there any rumors of him getting doped up, Adderall?
Oh, there are plenty of rumors, but Sean, I'm here to
Pro-visual?
give you the facts. Like everything I've said to you so far has been like proven, or I've seen it with my own two eyes. I've never seen him get doped up, but there were plenty of rumors that he would get doped up before every major event. Like, for example, after the debate, he went to North Carolina. It was basically, it was a life or death moment for his campaign. He had to prove that he was still ready to continue his race. The rumor was that he took something the night after the debate. He basically self-destructed before the eyes of the whole world. So the next day, he had to prove that he could still keep going. And that's
when you saw him with Joe Biden. You did a good job, Joe. You did a good job. You answered all the questions and everything. You did a good job, Joe.
Is this when they found that cocaine in the White House?
Yeah. And he asked her, what was that Hunter Biden's, dope? And she's like, I can't say. But yeah, it probably was.
That's what we were told, that he got some sort of injection or whatever before he went on stage in North Carolina. But I wasn't there. Where clearly lunatics should not be accessing guns. It's common sense. Other risks, but she was very slipshod and haphazard. Just to be very clear.
But we have a lot of stuff to talk about. The most important subject, or the one that I want to talk about the most, is Biden's cognitive decline.
I have so much to say about that.
I can't wait to get into that, but I just have one thing I have to know.
Yeah.
Whose cocaine was in the White House?
Oh my gosh. Can I just say that I am friends with members of the Biden family, one of whom actually lives down the street from me. I think it's easy for people to figure out who does. I mean, I live in Philadelphia. Okay, fine. Ashley Biden lives in Philadelphia. I did hear from someone close to the Bidens that when Hunter said he was sober, he actually wasn't sober. And this is when Biden was still president.
So it was Hunter's coke?
I can't say for sure that particular bag of coke was his, but I'm just saying that when he claimed to be sober, he wasn't sober.
Oh, okay. I think if it was Hunter's, it probably would have been an empty bag.
But I'm just saying, he had this mirage of the fact, he pretended to turn the leaf. He pretended to be a good man now, but a lot of that was just a charade.
Yeah. Hunter definitely likes to party.
He certainly does. And going to that, I want everyone to know that at every event, he was in the front row sitting like he was royalty. And a part of me was just like cringing inside because he was waltzing around like the entire world didn't see him prancing around naked with prostitutes and snorting cocaine. I just like, does this guy have no shame to be at the White?
No, he doesn't have any shame. None whatsoever.
I wish you had that clip of Rick James right now, AB.
What clip?
From the Chappelle Show? That one quote they kept using?
I don't remember, so.
The one that Snowman uses from time to time?
Still don't remember. I'm drawing a blank right now. I'm getting old, damn it.
All right, let me see. And I'm a year older than you. Okay. You remember, like in the Chappelle Show, the Rick James sketch where he goes like, "Cocaine's a hell of a drug."
As a man.
Yeah. Where is it at?
How you been,
I
Jesse?
really heard that.
Yes. So there is a bill that was put out.
Yeah, I really hurt Sim's feelings. He said that you're supposed to be with one woman, one man, one wife. I was like, okay, it's plain Solomon, and they really butthurt about that. But we'll go over that another day. We'll go over that on Saturday. What I want to focus on right now is salty libs. To stay on topic.
Yes.
Fantastic.
We'll to make sure we can deliver for our education.
Yes, that's Linda McMahon. She's running to be education secretary.
Oh my God, what happened to her?
Good question, because she does look like she'd aged a lot.
She's in her 70s.
Mm-hmm.
She just, because you remember
between the scandals with Vince.
Yeah.
They've,
rumor has it, it's been known that they both kind of drifted apart. They're still married.
I did hear that they've been separated.
Mm-hmm.
Because she said something yesterday that really pissed me off, and that was.
Oh, that's the other fun part. Apparently, the View's being sued by the press secretary for slandering her.
She said there will be no wokeness here. Oh yeah. Let me explain something to you. Is saying she got the job based on looks when DEI is all about based on looks.
Daytime television has been turned upside down.
Mm-hmm.
I need the city to protect me because the federal government won't. And if you think you're afraid of Trump, you should see how afraid of Trump I am.
Can you wrap up, please?
I'm shaking right now. I don't want to be here.
Today, I'm deeply honored to reintroduce H.R. 40, historic legislation to.
Yes, they're reintroducing H.R. 40 to quote unquote study reparations. Whoop-de-fucking-do. They're reintroducing H.R. 40 to quote unquote study reparations. And they can't even pass that shit. So, anyway.
Can anyone out there name one thing Donald Trump has done since he got into office that's actually helping
hurting your feelings? That's what's
everyday Americans? Please, if you can, just leave a message for me. Just leave it right there in
deporting all these illegal migrants who don't need to be here and are living off the government.
The comments. Just write down what it is and how it's helping us. You got these Trump supporters out here right now, and I don't know what to make of it, talking about they all.
Never forgive you motherfuckers for letting that big back orange bitch into our fucking office again. Never forgive you motherfuckers.
We don't care.
On behalf of the Black women of the 92%, do not comment on our videos asking us to raise awareness about the mass deportations going on.
Donald Trump should be scared. And there's
that's enough of that. Any final comments before I get out of here?
Jesse? You first. Is he playing Call of Duty?
You go ahead, Naaman. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. What are you playing? Okay. No, you go ahead. I'm always last. All right. I'll go ahead. As usual, I just want to say, AB.
Yeah.
You ain't shit. You ain't never been shit. Never will be shit. And God bless you for it, man.
Mm-hmm.
God bless you for it.
Yep. So great show, very hilarious about these Democratic shields crashing out the way they are.
Yeah.
And you know, them reintroducing the reparations bill is just a big fat nothing burger. It's a desperate plea
Yeah, for
to
black folks
try to get
black folk have to
black
vote for
voters.
him again.
Yep. So anyway, appreciate you for having me on. Peace to the chat. Peace to you, AB.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I would like to thank everybody that came through. This is AB Media 83, and I'm out. Peace.
Yo, this is AB Media 83. Want to support the channel? Hit the Cash App. Also, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the video. Also, be sure to hit that bell notification so you can be notified next time I upload a live stream or video. And always remember, keep it grinding, keep it pushing, keep it moving. This is AB Media 83, and I'm out. Peace.